Lost and Found is a great episode of Postcards from Buster and a little bit different as well because we're in Mexico. We are in, and I apologize with my pronunciation, but Guanajuato, and this is the 23rd episode of the first season. I was really looking forward to this one because while I love obviously viewing different states in America, going to a different country is a little bit exciting. And I have to say, it's gorgeous and very action packed. It starts off with Buster reading Alice in Wonderland or Alice through the Looking Glass, can't remember which one. And that does feature throughout a little bit. I feel like it was a little bit forced every now and then, but generally it made a lot of sense. And Buster visits the home of these children, and the home looks incredible, and the architecture is gorgeous. And then a lot of it takes place around the Day of the Flowers, which I'd never heard of. And there are so many gorgeous things, and not just flowers, but decorations, the masks. I feel like the runny nose mask is something that will definitely appeal to younger viewers. And I really enjoyed seeing all of these beautiful creations and the flowers. Such a brightly coloured, very sunshiny episode. It's a very bright day, and visually it's really appealing. We also have some brilliant camera work, as if we're looking from Buster's perspective, particularly the bit with the maracas and also the confetti. I thought that was just done very effectively. And a lot of it is actually about Buster's anxiety over the fact that he doesn't speak Spanish and he doesn't know what anybody's saying. And to his credit, he's actually willing and wanting to learn some, basics in Spanish. And there's a scene where, well, I don't want to spoil it too much, but where he's in a very difficult situation and he doesn't speak Spanish and he doesn't know how to get out of this situation beyond finding somebody who speaks English who can help. And I think that it really spoke to me because I would love, and I will, go to various places in Europe and, maybe Mexico one day. And the only thing that's stopping me is my fear of not knowing the languages. I am learning various languages at the moment, and I think that this is definitely something that can encourage somebody to learn the basics of a language before they visit a country because it can only be beneficial. And there are of course various Spanish phrases in this that Buster learned, which means that we the viewer are learning those. I speak no Spanish, apart from the very, very, very basics. So for me, that was really interesting and something that I thought was very useful and very beneficial. And then we have a performance from a mime, and the performance was not exactly what I was expecting when I think of mimes, but in a good way. It was an education that not all mimes are the same, and I think that was really useful. I'm not the biggest fan of mimes in the same way that I'm not really a fan of clowns. I find them quite nerve-wracking almost, and a little bit eerie, but it was quite good to watch. The performance was certainly very good, and then we get to see Buster doing some miming, which is brilliant, and I love seeing the animation and live action elements coming together. Definitely a really great episode, and it's made me curious to see where else we're going to go. I've not looked ahead at the episodes. I don't know which other states or countries Buster visits, but I'm really keen to find out. But Lost and Found is a really great episode. I really got a good sense of Guanajuato as an area and what it would be like to visit there. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very brightly coloured, inspiring, and educational episode, and definitely a credit to the show.